Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. News broke this week about Operation Lone Star, which is the initiative in Texas to prevent immigrants coming into Texas illegally, and also involves putting them on, arresting them for trespassing and putting them on buses and then busing them off to Democratic cities. Kind of not our problem. You guys want them to much here, you take them. Human trafficking, kidnapping, dumping, all the usual moral stuff that you can find in your friendly neighborhood Bible. I do not understand this. Okay, so in this recent story, it's about razor wire or barbed wire that was put into the Rio Grande as a way to deter illegal immigrants from crossing the Rio Grande. There was an email apparently from a trooper to his supervisor saying he felt that this was inhumane, and this showed like 37 pictures of people being cut by this. Greg Abbott has said the barbed wire is there purely to snag their clothing. Yeah, you ever dealt with barbed wire? Yeah, it snags your clothing all right, and just about everything else that gets near it. Numerous pictures of immigrants with cut feet and skin tears from it. One teenage girl apparently had to be cut free from it while she was having a miscarriage because she was pregnant. All right. First off, entertainment purposes only. Is this deputy's account true? That email that he sent to his supervisors, is it true? Queen of Wands. In that email, he was told, he said that they were told to basically push people back into the water. And the response was something to the tune of, we want to help people or something. It was so non-committal. This is him thinking about it, doing something about it, feeling trapped by it, and wanting people to get to the other side safely. Yeah, okay. He wrote that letter knowing he could compromise his career, but he couldn't live with himself if he didn't do it. So he exposed what was going on. He wasn't going to be trapped by this, because to him this is a moral failing in the eyes of God. So he went ahead and went with it. It was going to take whatever consequences come, because these are just people trying to cross a river. They shouldn't be cut by barbed wire simply because women and children are trying to cross the river. Is this thing true? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. And certainly there's enough evidence out there to support that, but let's get that question out of the way. And now I want to find out what's the current thinking now that this has been exposed. And as you can imagine, it's funny. Democratic cultural wars outrage is about other people being hurt unnecessarily. They say the difference in mindset between a Democrat and a Republican currently is a Democrat will say, what about them? And a Republican will say, what about me? And please note, the outrage is, good God, how can you do that to other people? How could you do that to them? This is pretty low-hanging fruit as far as that goes. This is not D-Day. You can understand the Germans putting barbed wire on the beaches and in the water outside of points of landing in Calais as well as Normandy, because that's where you're expecting landings to happen. And so you want to hold up troops, and you have machine gun nests there too, because you're in a war. You're not in a war with these people. Goodness gracious. Okay. So what's the current vibe on this? Now that this has been exposed, what's the current lay of the land in Texas with regards to this? Okay. This is about the immigrants coming over the border. They're leaving their homeland. They're leaving their family. trying to get a better life, and they're being shunned and vilified, and basically being treated like thieves sneaking across the border. That's kind of the it's you know what it is. It's the dichotomy here. One group of people thinks that they're illegal immigrants and they're coming to steal your job, steal your wife, steal your kids, steal your way of life, and all that stuff. Steal, steal, steal. Other people look at them like, my God, these people are suffering and they're coming to us for help. Us being the U.S. is the building in here that can help them. That's your dichotomy. That's your yin and your yang with this one. What's underneath this? The King of Wands. Actions that need to be taken or actions that are being taken. On one hand, actions by Abbott are very low energy, and actions by, say, the Department of Justice, if they can step in, will be a little bit higher energy than this. Or at least, if not Department of Justice, Homeland Security. In the past, you've got the Four of Cups. Nobody's offering solutions to this. And I think the problem is that because there's a different spectrum of solutions for people treating these as immigrants or as people asking for asylum. They want to speed up the court system. They want to treat them humanely, get them in and out of detention and with family if they have family in the U.S., and get them green cards or get them on the path towards citizenship. For those who think they're coming to steal your job, they're trying to find out all sorts of ways that you can arrest them, ship them back over the border, etc., etc., etc. But there's been no compromise and there's been no plan that actually seems to work. Current situation is the Nine of Cups. There's your dude in the wheelchair looking all smug. Because right now he knows he's in the catbird seat because he can do whatever he wants. It's his state, and if he wants to put razor wire out there and deny water to these folks crossing the border under those high temperatures, he's smug. He just is going to sit there, and he doesn't care even a little bit. For Democrats, this is showing him to be the petty little man that he is. He thinks he's large and in charge, and this is going to get him, credit. It's like he and DeSantis are in a pissing contest, and he just told DeSantis, "Hold my beer." Overarching energy. Well, he thinks he's victorious. He thinks he's on a winning strategy here because it's probably slowing down border crossing, and he doesn't care about him anyways. I think with this officers, I think what Democrats would look at this, though, is that this is bringing attention to this problem. And this is a type of problem and a type of solution you want to call attention to, because calling attention to it ends the behavior. And I think we can all agree that the lesson to be learned is that this has got to stop. There's going to be a lot of pressure on Abbott to stop this, even from Republicans, because the optics are going to look horrific. And so I think it will be coming to an end because it's going to end his political career. This will be used against him on the next election for sure. And it's going to hurt Republicans in that state because it's just being cruel. It's being unnecessarily cruel. And the Democrats should take advantage of that. The outcome is you should be helping these people, not hurting them. For God's sake, a little compassion, a little charity would go a long way. I think Abbott loses on this one, and things are restored back to a kinder U.S. But somebody's coming in here and is going to make a difference in here. I would suspect it's going to be the federal government, folks from the Department of Homeland Security. I believe they would have oversight on this. Or it could be somebody, who would be in charge of the Border Patrol if there's a federal agency that oversees it. I haven't done my research on this, sorry. They're going to overturn this. They're going to put a stop to this practice. How soon? I don't know. Okay. But I made a comment in there that I thought this was going to hurt Abbott and the Republicans politically. Let's go ahead and go on that. How will this impact Governor Abbott and the Republicans in the next election cycle? I don't know when Abbott's running next. Pause this video real quick and look. Didn't do my homework. I'm sorry. Hang on for just a second here. Okay, I just looked it up. He was beat Beto O'Rourke for governor in 2022. It's a 4-year office, so he's not facing any ballot box consequences until 2026. There could be other consequences that lead up to it, but how is this going to impact the Republicans on the Texas ticket in 2024? Okay, got this upside down. How is this going to impact Republicans on the 2024 ticket in Texas? Razor wire in the Rio Grande Republican political fortunes. I mean, you have to get out and vote, right? To overcome gerrymandering, to overcome voter suppression. Get out there, guys. How is this going to impact the Republicans in 2024 election? All right, let's see. Okay, we got backroom dealings. We've got strategizing crossed with celebration. A pair of threes. I think despite voter suppression, despite gerrymandering, despite dirty tricks, we are seeing a celebration. Now, is this a Democratic celebration? Despite these things? Or is this a celebration that, when you work darkly, you get what you want? Let's see what's underneath it. The devil card. Lovely. Okay. And chaining yourself to it. So let's see how this pans out here. Okay, so in the past, we have the Eight of Swords. This is, you have cast your lot in with this cruelty. And it's a very visible one. And one that's not going to be easily forgotten. So you're now hostage to it. And underneath, you're hostage to it. To this behavior. This is a problem for the Republicans. Because now you have the Ace of Swords. You can come forward with your ideas of protecting your southern border, but people are going to view this as cruelty. This was a horrible idea. This is not the idea you hang your hat on. Yeah, you can protect your border, but this is like, you've gone too far with this. I think overall you're going to be, there's that planning and that strategizing, and I'm thinking you're going to see a few Republicans leaving because of this. Overarching, I think the Republicans, however, still maintain control of, or they're looking to maintain control of Texas still. They have to plan, and they have to implement those plans in order to do this. And the Chariot, and things roll on. I think despite all this, I think the Republicans will continue to hold Texas in 2024. That is not the reading I want to give you. And not even a little bit is that what I want to give you. But I think that's kind of what I'm getting. This Three of Cups, I think it's the Republicans working behind the scenes and still getting that victory. But I think the Democrats make inroads. I think they trim down the Republican control and make it a more purple state than it currently is. But I still think that there's backroom dealings and stuff like that going on that's preventing that from occurring. That's going to prevent it from going full blue. And I think y'all know what I mean with the Texas Attorney General suppressing votes in like Houston. I think it was Houston. It was like one of the Broward County, I think it was, that would have voted heavily for Beto O'Rourke. And, you know, putting one ballot box in some of the largest counties that are blue counties, they're still going to continue those games. And I think those games are still going to work for another election cycle. But I think the Democrats will make up some of those. They will make some gains in there. But I think the Republicans are going to still hold that. Again, sorry, that's not what I want to tell you. But that's what I'm seeing, or at least that's how I'm feeling about it right now. Anyway. Thank you for watching this video. Again, this is a little bit of a hard one because it's just plain cruel. It's cruelty and it's unnecessary. It's just unnecessary. But as I say, with MAGA people and Trumpers, cruelty is the point. They want to inflict injury on people that they've vilified. It doesn't make people in Texas's lives any better by doing this. It just makes the miserable ones feel happy that somebody else is being made to feel miserable, because misery loves company. Lovely place y'all got there. Anyways, thank you for supporting my channel. Thank you for watching this video. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.